The locked attic. When Daniel moved into the old house, he was told one rule by the landlord: never open the attic door. Why? He had asked, half amused, half curious. The landlord's expression darkened. It's been sealed for years. Just leave it be. Daniel didn't press the issue. He wasn't superstitious, and the rent was cheap. The house was old, creaky, but charming in its own way. He settled in quickly, ignoring the occasional draft or groan from the walls. But at night, he started hearing it. A faint, rhythmic scratching coming from the attic. At first, he brushed it off as mice, but as the nights passed, the sound became more deliberate, scraping, like nails dragging across wood. One night, around 2 a.m., he woke to a new sound, a thud. Then, something even worse, a whisper. Faint, just above him, muffled by the attic door. "Let me out." Daniel sat bolt upright, his skin prickling with cold fear. He stared at the ceiling, heart pounding. Maybe it was a dream. Maybe the old pipes were making strange noises. Then, it came again. "Please, let me out." Daniel's breath hitched. He threw off his blankets and forced himself to move. He had to be imagining it. He made his way to the hallway, staring up at the attic door. It was still locked, still covered in layers of dust. Just old wood settling, he told himself, nothing more. Still, he didn't sleep that night. The next morning, Daniel called the landlord. "You said the attic was sealed?" he said, trying to keep his voice calm. "But I keep hearing noises up there." There was silence on the other end of the line. Then the landlord spoke, his voice firm. "Don't open the door, Daniel, no matter what you hear." That night, the whispering was louder. "I know you can hear me." Daniel pressed a pillow over his head, squeezing his eyes shut. "It's not real. It's not real." Thud. The whole ceiling shook. Daniel bolted upright, his breath ragged. Something was in the attic. Something was moving. He couldn't take it anymore. He had to know. Shaking, he grabbed a flashlight and a crowbar. He climbed onto a chair, reaching the attic door. Dust rained down as he pried at the edges, forcing the lock. The wood groaned. Then, with a splintering crack, the door swung open. The attic was pitch black. The air was heavy, thick with the scent of rot and dust. Daniel aimed the flashlight inside. The beam flickered over deep scratches in the wooden floor, like something had been clawing to get out. And then he saw it, a figure, crouched in the corner. A woman. Her body was unnaturally thin, her limbs contorted. Her hair hung in tangled clumps over her face. Her skin was gray, stretched too tightly over her bones. She lifted her head slowly. Her eyes were black pits, hollow and endless. Daniel couldn't move, couldn't breathe. Then she smiled. "Thank you," she whispered. She lunged. Daniel stumbled back, crashing to the floor as the attic door slammed shut on its own. The whispering stopped. The house fell silent. When Daniel scrambled to his feet, the attic door was sealed once more, as if it had never been opened. And from behind it, faint and taunting, laughter.